Hey everyone, Tyler here with Evolving Cards. Today we've got our next PSA return. This one contains 29 cards. It is for both myself and my buddy Colin. And this is probably one of the best returns that I've ever had. Out of the 29 cards, 26 of them were 10s, 3 9s. I expected one of them to be a 9, so really I hit 27 out of 29 cards. Which is actually really crazy. So I'm going to get started here. And our first one that we have is Megalopunny from Phantasmal Flames. I pulled this one on, I think, right before the release, on pre-release. Got the Piplup from Phantasmal Flames. One of my favorite cards. Piplup is one of my favorite starters. Mew V Alt Art from Fusion Strike. I pulled this out of a random ETB that I just had sitting on the shelf. Felt like ripping something one day, and lo and behold, this was in there. I was actually kind of shocked to see that this get a 10. The top to bottom centering on it is kind of bad. So I was totally expecting a 9, but a 10 was awesome to see. Got a Mewtwo V-Star from Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. Team Rocket's Moltres from Destined Rivals. This one I thought was probably going to get a 9. There's some print lines on the back. You can't really see them. They're kind of hard to see, but they're there. But I sent it off anyways. I want to see what how PSA treats print lines, especially on the back of cards. And then we got a Mega Lucario Japanese and a Mega Lucario English from Mega Evolution. Sequential. This one is for sure going into my PC. I don't know if I'm going to keep the Japanese one, but the English is for sure going into the PC. And then we've got another sequential set here. We've got a Mega Evolution booster box topper. We've got the normal Bulbasaur, the Ivysaur, and Mega Venusaur SIR, all sequential. I'm undecided if I want to keep these for my PC or to sell them. Normally you only see these 3 in a sequential set, but this is the first time that I've seen all 4 of them together. We've got a Cerulege. This one came back a 9. I for sure thought it was going to be a 10. But I mean, basically, I'm guessing it's the top and bottom centering. But the fact that the Mew Alt Art got a 10, with how bad that centering is, I really thought that this would have got a 10. We got this Gengar Champions Path promo. This one here was one that I knew was going to get a 9. It had some whitening at the bottom, down the bottom here. In the corners are kind of goofy. But I sent it off. It does have a little bit of a premium in a 9. We've got the Pikachu from Crown Zenith. Acerula's Mischief. I thought this was going to be a 10, but it came back a 9. Bummed about that because it is a beautiful card. We've got the Dedenne GX Sun and Moon promo. I think it was a promo. Yeah, trainer kit. Trainer toolkit. Another just silly card. Popular, being that Dedenne is a popular Pokemon. We've got Zygarde, Shiny Zygarde from Hidden Fates. We've got a Hidden Fates. I don't know if I said Hidden or Shiny. We got Ho-Oh GX from Hidden Fates. Reshiram GX from Hidden Fates. Stacked. Articuno GX from Hidden Fates. And then we've got the Sylveon from the Chinese, is it the Gem Horizon Volume 2 box? So that's it for my stack of cards. Now we're going to do my buddy Colin's. And we've got 2 Charizard promos. we've got a Darkrai GX from Hidden Fates. This is one of my favorite cards. I love Darkrai. Got the Greninja GX, also another favorite card of mine. Got an Altaria GX from Hidden Fates. A Glaceon GX from Hidden Fates. Origin Form Dialga V-Star from Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. And a Kyurem EX from Black Bolt. Another really, really cool card. Alright, like I said, that was 29 cards. 27 of them were the correct grades that we guessed, which I'm super happy about. It's probably the best return that we've had on this many cards. You know, I pre-grade everything. I'm really picky myself. I have a lot of friends that come to me for grading advice. When it comes to modern, I typically have about an 80 to 85% gem rate, which is great. Vintage, it's hit or miss. You just never know how they're going to grade vintage. But we've got some great cards coming back soon. We've got a Regirock Gold Star that should be back, I would suspect, in the next 2 weeks. And then we will be sending out some actual bangers here. We've got a Blastoise first edition base set. This should get a low grade. There's a little bit of like some damage, little indent here. I'm assuming probably like a 2 or a 3. We've got a Flareon Gold Star. I'm thinking it's going to be a PSA 7, but I am hopeful for an 8. And we've got a Charizard from base set. It's actually overall quite clean, not too much whitening on the back. The hollow is pretty clean as well. I did I cleaned it up and kind of gave it a little bit of a polish to make it look better. And then the only thing was that there's a little bit of like hollow or like the silvering you can kind of see from the sides. I'm gonna guess it'll get between a 5 and a 7, but anytime I've sent Charizards off to PSA, every single one comes back a 4. So we'll see what PSA does to me on that. But we're hoping for good grades on these, and then I'm hoping to collect a couple more this weekend after a local card show, while I vend it. Yeah, I mean that's about it. If you guys aren't already, but if you could like and follow, subscribe to my YouTube here, and then my socials, which I'll have down in the description. I greatly appreciate it. I post on like upcoming shows, some of the cool pickups that we have. Sometimes I'll do card sales on like Instagram or Facebook. Or if you're just looking for anything in particular, reach out and let's try and come to a deal. Awesome. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. See you guys.